Yeah. All right. Welcome everyone to episode 3 of Smitty Selitte. Today we have the draft recap. How you doing
Yes, we
today,
do.
Smitty?
I'm well. We drafted a left tackle.
Indeed. So you just want to get straight into it? Recap all 7 of our picks.
Let's just go right up the chute.
All right. With the 4th overall pick, the New York Giants selected Andrew Thomas, left tackle.
Sorry, I just felt like giving him a nice clap since nobody clapped for him because nobody was at the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like it. I like it a lot. Protect Daniel Jones. Don't get Daniel Jones killed. And he's on a cheap 5-year contract too.
Mm-hmm.
What a lovely thing. Can you imagine if he's actually good instead of pulling an Eric Flowers and being a total bust?
Knock on wood to that.
Knock on wood to that. So now our offensive line is looking relatively decent.
Mm-hmm.
You can get by with like Solder at right tackle, I think. And then you have Zeitler at right guard, Hernandez at left guard, Thomas at left tackle. So I think we have a decent enough offensive line where we will be able to let routes develop and score points.
My only dislike about the pick was I feel like we could have gotten him a few picks back.
Yeah, but nobody was biting. Nobody bit.
Still, I heard that, but we couldn't get like a second or something at least.
Apparently
anything.
not. I mean, the only teams that wanted to that were viable trade up options were the Dolphins and the Chargers, and they just weren't biting because they knew the Giants wouldn't take a quarterback, so they just let them drop.
I'm surprised that Chargers didn't want to trade. That must mean they didn't want Tua. They must have wanted Herbert.
I want Tua. I'm kidding. Tua is a Miami Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert's a Los Angeles Charger.
Indeed.
Andrew Thomas is the future left tackle of the New York Football Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy. Simmons would have been nice, but we're finally going into a rebuild that should have started 3 years ago. Things are looking pretty good.
You know, gotta protect your quarterback's blind side. Everyone knows that. We haven't done that. Nate Solder is weird because he like plays decent for like most of the game, but then there's like these like 2 plays where he just lets the pass rusher just go completely unscathed right by him, and he just gets Jones killed.
Exactly. You know, he'll have like 1 or 2 good snaps, and then it's like,
It's like, oh, he's playing decently well today, and then he just lets I forgot who was killing him last year. I forgot his name. But pretty much everyone though. Let's be honest. He gets smoked, and then Jones gets smoked because he got smoked, and now everybody's getting smoked, and the Giants ended up getting smoked. And now we have Andrew Thomas.
I really wonder if he's going to be better if we just slide him the right tackle.
I think you can survive with him at right tackle.
Like, once again, block. I think he's more of a power guy anyway, not a left tackle type guy.
Just stick him at right tackle. I'm okay with Andrew Thomas just starting at left tackle. I think you draft him top 5 for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to just throw him right in and say, hey, you're the dude now. Let's go. So I'm happy. He was like the safest tackle in the draft. I mean, like Becton probably has the most kind of upside because he's just a behemoth of a human being. But he's kind of got some technical kind of things to work out. There's some things that he needs to clean up if he's going to reach that potential. But with Andrew Thomas, not only is he very safe and polished, he's very good. So quite happy with that. Rarely allowing pressures, rarely allowing sacks. I think he only allowed like 3 sacks in college. I mean, hey, and he started as a true freshman at right tackle for a Georgia team playing in the best conference in college football.
You know, I just think he does need a tiny bit of work, but I like the pick. He wasn't my number 1 tackle, but if Judge loved him, I love him too. Yeah, I'm all in on him.
Him and Jedrick Wills are the 2 most polished tackles in the draft. Wills is going to play left tackle for the Browns. Because he was a right tackle protecting Tua's blind side at Alabama, because obviously Tua's a lefty, so the roles are reversed there. And now he's going to be protecting Baker Mayfield's left side. I mean, yeah, so on the left side. So, and Wirfs is more of a. I think we've heard that he's probably better suited at guard, and I don't think that's what the Giants wanted. Because why? I think we're set at guard for now. I think we needed a left tackle more than anything on that line. And Andrew Thomas is exactly that.
Okay. Shall we move on to our second round pick?
We shall move on to our second round pick. And this was a surprising drop.
Yeah,
this guy fell right into our laps.
With the 36th pick, we selected Xavier McKinney, safety.
Javier McKinney. Very, very happy with that. We needed a safety. I like Julian Love, but he just seems to be more of a cornerback. More of a cornerback. Xavier McKinney, he's not like the most explosive athlete, but he's just a good technically sound football player who's got good instincts. He's a very good instinctual player. He makes all the tackles. He just makes good reads. He's got good instincts. He was a first round pick, and he just dropped to us like Will Hernandez did a few years ago. So I'm quite happy with 15. That. The reason
Piper had him projected top 15.
Yeah, the reason he dropped was because the combine, right? There was like a delay at the combine, and it was like hours long, right? And he cramped up before he ran his 40-yard dash, so he got cramps, and he only ran like a 4.6 on his combine. On his 40-yard dash, and people were like, "Is he slept?" But he's not a 4.6 runner. Trust me, he plays fast. I'm quite
loss, our gain.
Yeah, we have a free safety for the next 4 years at least. It's like a presidency.
All right. So, do we move? All right, this is where the draft got depressing. 63 picks with no selection.
It took 63 picks because we needed Leonard Williams. I just don't. I like Leonard Williams as a player, but I tweeted out when that was going on that he wasn't worth a 60 pick gap between picks. And I'm right. I mean, can you imagine if we had that extra pick? We could have gotten.
There was so many good players at the board. Like
you could have grabbed a center in Matt Hennessy. You could have grabbed a wide receiver. You know, there was a lot of receivers out there. It was a good receiver class. Williams is a good player. It's just, when you have so many players on the same team that have quite similar skill sets, he's very similar to Dalvin and Dexter and BJ Hill. And he's a good player. He gets pressures on the quarterback. He's not a big sack guy. He gets pressure. He's a good run stopper. But is this guy worth giving up a 3rd-round pick this year, a 4th-round pick next year, and on top of that, you have to pay him a lot of money, like he's one of the top defenders in football. When he's just okay, when he's just a solid player, but you're about to pay him like he's a top kind of guy. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. Hopefully, Judge has some say in that when that time comes.
Yeah. Joe Judge.
But let's actually announce the damn pick. Pick 99.
Oh, we forgot to mention that Joe Judge actually said Daniel Jones' name.
Mm-hmm. And he said they're very nice things, which is good to hear.
He said his name.
He's all in the Danny Dimes fan club.
We'll get to that once this draft stuff. Once we recap this draft, that will be towards the end as we also talk about Andy Dalton. So pick number 99, we get Matt Pert.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Offensive tackle, UConn. Hey.
Us two born and bred Connecticut boys.
Yep.
Happy with this one.
Represent. He's from the Bronx, too, which is where my favorite baseball team plays. So,
Indeed.
Matt Pert is on my good side. Went to college in my state, grew up in the Bronx, and now he plays for my favorite football team. I like that.
Yeah, Matt Pert. The triple move there.
Hell yeah, Matt Pert, you're on our good side. He has the chance to be our future right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
If
Fleming doesn't work out and Solder eventually goes, he'll be ready to step up. He's a project tackle.
He's a big dude.
Good to see.
Big dude. I think he's like he only started playing football like late in his life, so which is kind of interesting. And then he improved every year at UConn too. It's not like his development was slow. So it's quite an exciting thing to have someone with that much potential who drops to you at 99. I'm quite excited for him. Mm-hmm. He's not going to start right away, but
he'll definitely be on the bench for at least a year.
I think depends on how the season goes, because if say Nate Solder's not doing well at right tackle, and say we're not making the playoffs, I could see him getting some time at right tackle just to get some experience. Mm-hmm. Get that man some playing time.
Yes, sir. All right. Now this next pick.
4th round pick. Oh, is this Darnay Holmes?
Yes.
Yep.
I've heard nothing but mixed things about this pick. The second we drafted him, they said he wouldn't play that well in the nickel. Then I was hearing UCLA fans say he would play nice in the nickel. And a few days ago, they turned around. The analysts turned around and say he would. So I'm kind of confused with this one.
I like the pick. He's got a lot of potential.
Me too.
Like it too. From what I saw, he's got good ball instincts too. Mm-hmm. So I would like a big kind of turnover cornerback. That'd be nice. Had so many cornerbacks that couldn't catch the ball.
Apparently he's got good speed, and apparently he could be a plug-and-play starter. That's what the analysts have been saying.
That would be very nice. Yeah, I can't really. I didn't watch many UCLA games last year. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna BS people, but from what I've seen, I like it. He seems instinctual. He fills kind of that Grant Haley role, kind of you know what I'm talking about, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's better than Grant Haley. Grant Haley did not have a good year last year. Mm-hmm. If you can get an upgraded Grant Haley from a 4th round pick, that'd be very nice. That's a very nice thing to have.
Yeah, but he's just short arms, but apparently he's speedy and plays well in the nickel. Hopefully he plugs and plays, like they said.
I can only hope, man. We can use all the secondary help we can get. Make the Giants defense good, please.
Yes, sir. And
Who's next? Who is next?
At 150, we got Shane Lemieux, guard from Oregon.
The guard. He's actually working out at center, too.
Mm-hmm.
Big guy. Got the hot. This is what we call the hog molly draft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite excited about this pick, honestly. For a 5th round pick, right? Was he 5th?
Yeah, 5th round.
Yeah, for a 5th round pick, this guy's got some definite tools to work with. I mean, you got Zeitler, who's getting a little bit older. He's entering his 30s. So you never know. Maybe this guy can be the right guard one day. Maybe he can be our center. Who knows? Dun, dun,
Hopefully,
dun.
I don't want the used Carl Sanderson to come back.
Who would that be?
John Jalapeno.
Yeah. He blew out his Achilles, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else that you can say other than big guy, does well. Went to Oregon, I remember, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Oregon.
I watched a lot of Oregon games, actually, because I remember Justin Herbert was on the Giants' radar for a while. And, yeah, I mean, screw it. I'm quite happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Just to get another development player. Might not see early play, but we might see him down.
He won't.
Down
He's not starting right away, but he's definitely got some physical traits that could potentially lead to him getting playing time.
Okay. Next, we move on to our 6th round pick, linebacker Cam Brown from Penn State.
Mm-hmm. Linebacker. I have not watched a single ounce of tape on this man.
Yeah, me either. These late round picks get a bit fuzzy.
These late round picks. I fell asleep after the Darnay Holmes pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest. I slept through the last few rounds of the draft. All right? I was out of it, all right? Because once you're in like the later rounds and all the players that you know their names are gone, it just kind of drags on.
Mm.
Now, with that being said, from what you've heard, is he an inside linebacker or an outside linebacker?
I think, if I remember correctly, he was more of an inside guy.
Well, that's nice. What the hell? I wish you nothing but the best, sir. I apologize for not watching any tape on you. We're in the middle of a pandemic. It's a very depressing time. But, go Giants. Very excited for you.
All right, as we move on to our first of the 4 7th round picks, with no relation to the man, but Carter Coughlin, linebacker, Minnesota.
No relation to Tom. This guy, I have seen some tape on this guy. This dude's an explosive ass dude.
I know, and he comes from a family of just straight athletes from many different sports.
I've seen some. He's got good moves for a white guy. I mean, next J.J. Watt, huh?
I don't know. Next T.J. Watt.
Prefer J.J.
But still, like I said, looks very athletic, very promising for a 7th rounder. Gave us
for
an
a
7th
rounder, he looks like a damn steal. I mean, he's got a lot of tools. Why did he drop?
Beats me.
I never understand these things.
And then
go. I forgot we had two 7th rounders.
No, we had 4 7th rounders.
We had 4 7th rounders?
Yes.
Was I on drugs during that week?
Possibly.
All right.
I'm just going to say the last 3 in a row since I don't know much about them. T.J. Brunson, linebacker. Chris Williams, at cornerback. And Tay Crowder, linebacker.
I've seen some Tay Crowder stuff. Seems nice. 7th round pick. Isn't he Mr. Irrelevant?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're not irrelevant to us, sir. We love you. We wish you nothing but the best. Go make the team. Don't shake anyone's hand. Germs.
Now, just wanted to bring up a few of the UF undrafted free agents.
Oh, there was a wide receiver we got.
Yeah, two that seemed really good.
Yeah. We needed some wide receivers too. We need a number 1 wide receiver, and I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant about that in a few minutes.
So let me I got them all right here. So we got O-lineman Kyle Murray, wide receiver Austin Mack, running back Javon Leake, wide receiver Derek Dillon, wide receiver Benjamin Victor, which I really like that one, and then QB Case Cookus.
What a name. Congratulations, men. You have achieved greatness.
That Benjamin Victor and Austin Mack look very promising.
Yes, I
think they were both on the board since the 6th round. They're like best available.
I'm quite happy that we managed to sign them. They both look really good, honestly. I don't, with this whole pandemic, I think maybe some of these undrafted guys might start making some teams just because they weren't properly scouted. So let's hope that at least one of those guys can be a contributor. The next Darius Slayton.
Next Victor Cruz.
He was all right.
Would you like to go on your wide receiver rant that you were just talking about?
Well, yeah, I mean, been doing some reading. Forgot I didn't know how to read. But I did my best with my eyes. All right. So let's not beat around the bush here. All right. So I looked at our wide receiver depth chart. Right. You got Sterling Shepard. Good number 2. You got Golden Tate. Good. You got Slayton. Very promising, right? Do you know that our wide receiver core was at or near the bottom? I don't have the exact stats, but they were at or near the bottom in getting separation. And we all know that Daniel Jones has fumbling issues, and he holds on to the ball like a half second on average longer than the average quarterback, right? So he's holding on to the ball. Last year, we didn't have the offensive line to allow him to hold on to the ball. So as you can see, it's a bad combination when you've got a quarterback that holds on to the ball too long, an offensive line that can't protect the quarterback and give him that amount of time, and you don't have wide receivers that get open for the guy. It's a terrible combination. And it leads into him either holding onto the ball and being susceptible to fumbling, or it leads him to throw the ball into double coverage or to tight coverage and getting picked off. Either way, it's not ideal. So, I've come to the conclusion we need a number 1 wide receiver.
Genius.
Ba-boom. And I know I think the reason I'm saying this is because I know there's like this whole thing about, we're building through the trenches now. We're no more flashy picks, yada, 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 right? Well, Sterling Shepard's probably a concussion or 2 away from potentially retiring. He's in danger of losing his career because of these concussions. All right, Golden Tate is in his 30s now, and he's at the bottom of in getting separation. All right, he's not good at it anymore. All right, he's gonna get cut after this year, because of how much money we can save by cutting him. Darius Slayton's good. He's a keeper. I don't know what's going on outside my room right now. But whatever. I don't care. All right, but back to my point. And then I can't name you another wide receiver on the team.
Cody Core.
Yeah, Cody Core. He's more of a return specialist. I mean, I like Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's great. He's a tight end, though.
Mm.
So I want a number one wide receiver to go along with our tight end. Right. So, back to my original point. We always talk about, we're building through the trenches, yada, yada, yada. No more flashy picks. Well, it's time to, if you want Daniel Jones to take that next step, you are going to have to get a guy that gets open. It's that simple. We don't have enough guys that get open. And the one guy that does get open, Sterling Shepard, he is the only guy that was above average in getting separation. He's a concussion away from potentially never playing football again. So go get me Jamar Chase in the draft next year. Thank you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Apparently, the wide receiver class is going to be even better next year.
Dude,
how better this one was.
That class is crazy next year. You got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Rondale Moore. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it. I'm leaving names out. Don't hold me to everything. But yeah. What else? What else is there?
Before we move on, would you like to give our draft an overall grade?
I'm not big on grades, but like if I were to give one right now, it'd be like a B or a B plus.
So I agree on the B plus.
So yeah, I'm very happy with it. Very happy that we have a franchise left tackle. Hopefully, as long as he's good. Yeah, I mean, you got your free safety of the future. You got your left tackle of the future. Your potential right tackle of the future, and a good nickel corner. All in the first 4 picks. That's a good draft. That's a good draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, very excited for that.
All right, let's move on to this first draft shocker. Packers drafting Jordan Love.
Spit out my drink. Well, Aaron Rodgers is pissed. Let's not sugarcoat that. He was probably so. Brett Favre went on national television to basically say that Aaron Rodgers was pissed.
And the craziest part is, reportedly, after they drafted him, they texted Aaron Rodgers and said, "We run the team." Like, that's crazy.
I would ask for a trade, but they can't trade him.
Does he have no trade clause?
Yes, no trade clause. So, and I think the money, if they traded him, they'd have a huge cap hit too.
It's absolutely crazy. Do you think you'd try to, get your last few good years out of Rodgers?
They're like a win away from going to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just don't understand. You don't get Aaron Rodgers, a wide receiver, after you just extended him. So clearly you didn't think that he was on the way down. Like, what the hell, man?
This one was just such a head scratcher, dude.
That is what what the hell, man? I don't get that one. I'm sorry.
And let's move on to another pick just like that. Eagles draft Jalen Hurts.
If you thought the Packers move was head scratching, this one just like why? This was the ultimate like why pick. Like the Eagles need other things. So many other things. And you draft a backup quarterback in the second round? How do you do that? Why did you do that?
I don't know, but EDP sure had a field day with it.
EDP, oh my God, that poor guy. He broke. That broke him. Like, it didn't compute anymore for him. The face up to the camera saying "I hate you" a million times was quite a scary sight.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, I was quite worried about his well-being for a while. He's okay now. Poor guy. I don't get it. They should have drafted literally any other position. You just extended Carson Wentz. So what the hell?
I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I mean, good for us. They're not stocking up on weapons, so.
Yeah, they got jumps for CeeDee Lamb too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't get jumped, but like they couldn't get. Dallas took him. Dallas took him before they could get to him. And then they took Jalen Reagor, who's good. So at least they got Jalen Reagor. But what the hell, man?
All right. Anything else regarding the draft?
Tua's on the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert's on the Chargers.
Uh-huh.
Jerry Jeudy dropped all the way to 15 to the Broncos. That was quite a sight to see.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's about it. I mean, it was a nice draft. It was fun. It worked well. There was no technical difficulties. There were some fun moments with CeeDee Lamb's girlfriend trying to take the phone. CeeDee was not having that. There was another moment where I forgot who, but the mother pulled his girlfriend off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one just was. That was quite a sight to see. I thought. I thought it was like a parent. Like I thought the woman hugging him was like a mutual friend. She looked old. She looked older. I don't know why. I'm like, why is that old lady hugging this guy? And then I found out it was his girlfriend. I'm like, this girl's in her 20s?
Yeah.
So I feel like an ass, but you know, that mother has some brute strength. Oh my God! One last thing. Did you see the size of Mekhi Becton's dad?
Oh yeah, dude was like 6'8", 900 pounds. It was crazy.
That man is huge.
We should offer that man a contract. Holy shit!
Wow. That man should be a WWE wrestler.
It's insane.
What a mammoth human. I was speechless when I saw that man. I don't know his name, but he's Mekhi Becton's dad.
Well, they did say Mekhi's mom was a catering professional, so they were eating good.
Wow. What power that man must possess. Can you imagine being that tall and also that beefy?
Just an absolute unit.
That man is like the Big Show. I'm not even a wrestling fan. I just pulled that out of my memory banks.
It was like Mark Henry on small mode.
Mark Henry was awesome.
All right. We're rambling.
That happens.
All right. So, anything else before we move on to Andy Dalton to the Cowgirls?
Andy Dalton is on the Cowboys. Oh, did you see Alex Smith's leg?
Yes. Sadly.
Wow. That was some scary stuff. Quite queasy, honestly, looking at it. Just, my God. So what happened was, apparently, the bone went through the skin. The bone got infected. The leg got infected after the surgery, and his leg almost had to be cut off, and he almost died. And they had to take like a ligament, a muscle in his left quad and put it in his right leg, yada, yada, yada. And they had to basically skin graft his entire leg, and they had to do all sorts of crazy stuff to save this guy's leg. It is a medical miracle that this guy's leg was saved.
E60 is definitely worth checking out.
This is a medical miracle if I've ever seen one.
Absolutely.
Poor guy. And he's trying to make a comeback, and he's doing well with his workouts, it seems. I hope he can make a nice comeback for himself. If he can't, he's done a hell of a job just to rehab, and I'm happy he gets to walk.
Mm.
So I'm glad your leg is still attached to your body, Alex.
Good to see.
That's always good to see. And yeah, now we can get into Andy Dalton being a Dallas football cowboy.
Mm-hmm. So, what does this mean for Dak Prescott? Do you think this means anything for Dak?
Not really. I think Dak is gonna sign with the Cowboys pretty soon. I just think they're playing games right now. It's inevitable that he's gonna sign with them. Andy Dalton is just insurance in case Dak hypothetically held out or got hurt. So say Dak Prescott signs his contract, he's playing first game of the year, he breaks his leg. Well, now you got Andy Dalton to come in, and Andy Dalton can win you some games.
I honestly think Dalton is better than Dak. I just honestly think
that. Dak's a really good quarterback. He hasn't won too many big games. Like there are some games where like he's just. I think the reason why Dak doesn't get enough love, a lot of love, is because there are some games where they're in kind of big kind of Sunday night football games, Monday night football games, where he's just a non-factor for most of the game, if not all of the game. Like, remember that game against the Saints where the Cowboys only scored like 10 points or something last year? And it's just like, and I remember the Patriots game, he didn't play particularly well. So there's just some games where in big games he just doesn't, show up.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other games where he looks really well, where he looks like a top 5 quarterback. So he's just like kind of a mixed bag.
Indeed.
But I think he will be signed. He'll get his contract. He'll get his money. He'll play, yada, yada, yada. Andy Dalton is great insurance to have. He's a solid quarterback. So it's really all I have to say on that.
Nothing much more.
There's
Andy Dalton and Dak Prescott.
There's really no risk involved in that contract. It's a 1 year, $3 million deal. Yeah.
No, it was $7 million.
Well, $3 million guaranteed, 4 in incentives. So hypothetically, if he had to play, it would elevate up to 7. So it would be more beneficial to them if he didn't play.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else big that we've missed?
Isaiah Thomas didn't make the 1992 Dream Team.
We'll like them. That's one.
Dennis Rodman needed a vacation.
Yes. They said 2 days. He went for about a week.
Michael Jordan liked to gamble.
Yes.
He liked to gamble a little bit. Nothing wrong with that, especially if you can afford it. He played baseball.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's about it. Jerry Krause was not liked. So that's about it, yeah.
Yeah. Is that all for today?
It's a short episode. There wasn't really too much besides the draft and that Andy Dalton signing and Alex Smith's leg looking quite gross.
So we don't know when next episode will be due to this damn pandemic, but we'll see you guys next time.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everyone. Say bye, Damon.
Bye-bye.